Hi Fabs, I'm back. Guys, today I'm going to be talking about handicap parkings and all that it comes with, the responsibility, the backlash, the discrimination it comes with, everything. But first, before we get into it, can I just please ask you to hit the subscribe button, like my video, and share if you like. So today I wanted to make a video on handicap parking. Why? Because it affects me on a daily, and I'm sure it affects everybody else out there who has an invisible disease, who doesn't look like they belong, and they get the eye view from everybody. Like, I think it is so important to talk about topics like these so people can get educated and not judge so much. Because, you know, like, I'm ready to call the po-po one of these days. But on a serious note, people need to get educated as to why these parkings are available and why they are a right to people who need them and why it is even being used. So I wanted to get in first with my story and then another person's story, and then I would like to ask for you guys to help and support me and a good friend of mine named Katie, who is doing a petition for invisible handicap placards. So very few times when I've gone out, I've had problems with handicap parkings. Usually people mind their own business, keep it moving. They don't even care who's parking there. They don't even look my way. But very few times I've had problems in a handicap parking area, which I know I have the right to. For example, one of my many handicap stories are when I went to go shopping at one of these major retail stores. And I had this older gentleman literally come up to my door. Like, he didn't touch my car or anything, but he came up to my door as I was trying to get out. Or like, basically I turned to sit down on my car seat so I can be able to take the time to get up. And before I could even get up, this man was in my face about why am I even parked here? I don't look sick. That he was gonna call the cops, that I had to pay the fine, that who is sick in my family that I had to steal this handicap plaque card from that I have hanging on my mirror. And I was like, well, no, that's mine. And he's like, well, I don't believe you because you look fine. You're driving. You're too young. That's not for you. This is he went on and on about how this is a right for people who have the disability. One, I respect my elders. So I was like, sir, I have a debilitating disease in which prevents me from walking correctly. And so I parked here because I have the right to park here, like you said. Well, you look fine to me. Like, literally, he would not let me get out of my car. At that point, I don't waste my time disrespecting anybody or anything amongst those lines. I was like, you want to call the police? He's like, I'm going to call the police on you because you are parked in a place that my wife should be parked on, not you. Mind you, this was around like the beginning of Christmas shopping, where like the madness of the parking stories begin. And I guess his wife was in the car or around somewhere, and I got the parking. Not that I want, I just parked there and I was taking a very long time to get out. That's it. I wasn't parked there to wait for nobody, and I wasn't parked there to cheat my way in anywhere. The point is, I'm breathing through this whole ordeal because I'm really not trying to freak out on the older gentleman. And I'm trying to have him understand, but you can already tell he's like this old school, which is fine. That's his way of being. I have my own way of being. Yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll call the cops. Let's settle this with the cops. When he saw that, like, my attitude was like very chill towards call the cops remark, he's like, well, what do you have that you have to park here? I'm like, well, that's none of your business, because after you want to come and tell me off as to why I should not be parked here, now you know what I want to have. Now I become a little bit more, It's like, well, that's none of your concern or your business. I don't need to tell you. You're not my doctor, and I don't need to consult anything with you. So I'm here, and this is the right I have. And in my plaque, I have my face covered on the handicap. Here in the state where I live on, you have to have your face with your name on the plaque facing towards facing towards the big glass front shield. But they give you a sleeve to be able to cover it so nobody can see your identity or your face or whatnot. And I have mine concealed because nobody needs to see this pretty face all day part in the handicap parking. Another reason why he didn't believe me. These things tend to happen when I'm not with my husband, because I feel like if I was with my husband, some people would not be so with me. But whatever, trust me, I know how to defend myself. So anyways, police was called. I'm still, like, I haven't gotten up from my seat, from my chair, because I don't know what this man is capable of pushing me back, or I don't know. When somebody is so aggressive from something that they don't know about, think about it, like something's not right. And the police was like, what's the problem? The older man started talking about this person is parked here without any, consideration that there's other people who have a disability. She has nothing. She's just sitting here. He even made up that I was sitting there waiting for somebody to come out of the store, whatever. The police officer comes and, talks to me, sends the gentleman to the other side of the parking, well, a few feet away from the other side of the car, just so he can talk to me quietly. I was like, listen, officer. I pulled on my plaque, showed him my plaque with my face and my name. He asked me for my identification. I gave it to him. And he went to his car to double check, I guess, my license, my ID card. And he came back and he's like, don't worry. He never even asked me what was wrong, why was I there. He just saw that it was approved by motor vehicle registry in the state that I live in. And he didn't even ask me anything about it. And he just told the gentleman to please back off, that was mine, that it was true, and that's the end of the story. Went into the store. Point of the story is discrimination is among all of us who are in the disabled handicapped community. It's not just for a certain part of a handicapped disabled. It's for all of us that we get it. And at some point in time, if you've been living with a disease or an illness that causes you to have a handicap, and I'm sure everybody has experienced some type of form of discrimination, looks, or something that has made you feel uncomfortable about parking where you have the right to park. And this all brings me down to a friend of mine who is in Ohio, Katie H, because Katie, I will not be saying your last name, girl. Katie has passed through discrimination when it comes to handicap parking. And I feel like hers was more hurtful because it was from an actual police officer who discriminated. He questioned her and even asked her for her diagnosis. Like, what do you have that you have this plaque? Maybe he was just asking for his own purpose of even educating himself. I know that this changed Katie's mindset on what handicap parking should be. And I'm on board with her 100%. As we all know, all disabilities are not the same. All handicaps do not look the same and are not the same. So why every plaque on a handicap parking should look the same? I'm not a person in a wheelchair. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm just a regular person with a little bit of difficulties who needs assistance with some type of device. Might not be the one in the picture of the handicap parking sign. I need to be closer to the store. And so the same thing happened to Katie. I support her 100%, and I urge you guys to support her as well, because she's taking this fight with the United States Supreme Court with all of us behind her. I feel like she has raised an awareness on a situation that we've all felt when it comes to handicap parking and the discrimination we receive. And she has risen her voice to the point that she's wrote to the Ellen Show. She's made it on news channels in her local town. Of online is incredibly incredible. The point is, she is all over social media in the handicapped disabled community, and I feel like my regular friends who don't probably understand what it is to be a handicapped person can help support this petition that she is fighting for, and at the same time that we're all rooting for her and we're all fighting with her as well. And the petition is to be able to change the color of the handicap plaque card that is hung from the mirror in your car, rearview mirror, so then people who are out there to identify in better terms, oh, this person really does need this handicap parking, but they don't have a regular handicap debilitating, device or whatever it might be. Now, I think this is an awesome idea, especially because it saves time on us, those who are using the plaques, to then have to explain to somebody, oh, I'm using handicap parking because of whatever sole reason. I don't have time to explain myself to everybody, and not everybody deserves an explanation, let's be real. I think it's a great idea to start the initiative and the talk on changing the colors on the plaque cards. The plaques are meant more for identifying what type of person is parking in the handicap parking spot. And so far, since she's opened this petition, over 19,000 signatures, and it needs to get to over 25,000. So guys, I would really tell you, and I'm really gonna ask for your help and your support in signing this petition and getting this through, for not for me, for somebody that you know that has a disease that might be debilitating to them, or anything. Like, it's hard living with a chronic illness disease that is invisible, because let's face it, we all judge books by our cover. I would even go far beyond just like changing the color. I would actually just have a plain manicky little person just standing in the plaque, because again, we don't know what this person is going through. We don't know if it's because they're missing 4 fingers and only have this 2 to actually grip something. If that's what their, handicap is about. We don't know. I mean, in the beginning, before my diagnosis and during the first year of my diagnosis, I was still walking without any assistant or crutches or anything like that. And people were looking at me sideways because I was parking in the handicap. So it's important. It's important to us, the community who use it. Please help and share and support this. I'm gonna leave the link below so you guys can be able to sign the petition. Share, please, and just help us out. Help us out, just how we help out every other community who needs the help on an important issue or topic. We need the help with this issue and topic. So please, guys, please take the time to sign this petition and help everybody in what is called the invisible disease or invisible illness community, like myself, to be able to have an opportunity to live a little bit more of a normal life without having to explain myself so much. Like, it is tiring. It is a constant battle, and I'm tired of it. One more time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and like I said, my girl Katie from Ohio is petitioning this all the way to the Supreme Court, and the whole community is behind you, Katie, including myself. Have a fab day.